unlimited minutes for formatting papers and editing spreadsheets and everything that comes, PowerPoint presentation making, and everything that comes with college life and accessibility has been truly amazing.
Yeah.
And if I would urge anyone that is in college to try and fight for it, especially if you don't.
Hi everyone, it's Carrie from Live Accessible, and today on the Blind and Visually Impaired YouTuber Spotlight, we have Jessica Karim with us to share about her channel and what her channel is all about and the lady behind the channel. So go ahead, Jessica, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Karim. I'm 20. I'm a social work major in college. I'm a junior, and I started my channel kind of as a way to pave the way for other blind college students. I started it right before I started freshman year, because when I was looking for resources on navigating college, I didn't find anything by blind college students for blind college students, and I kind of wanted to give back and give people the advice I never got. So I do a lot on accommodations and adaptations, dorm hacks, how to talk to professors, things like that. I also do a lot of different collabs with my friends and tags, but it is predominantly a blind college student focused channel.
Yeah, especially Pablo just went through college like later in life, going for another degree. But yeah, like it's such a valuable thing because college can be really hard for somebody who's blind or visually impaired and needs those accommodations, and you really have to go out and advocate for yourself. So why did you start your YouTube channel, or what made you do YouTube?
You know, I think it was just kind of a whim thing. I had just graduated the day before, and my cousin and I were in my room, and we were looking at like all the Bath and Body Works products I had on the shelf, and she was like, "Have you ever thought about making a collection video and posting it?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't really have anything to do. Why not?" And then once I posted it, I was like, "Well, I'm doing this journey, and I want to do this channel not only to chronicle it for other people, but also to chronicle it for myself. I'll be a junior in the fall, and well, actually in a couple of days upon when this is being filmed. And it's kind of interesting to look back at me as a freshman in my first week one video versus my junior year week one video. I think I picked YouTube because it's such an accessible form. As much as I like to write as well, but I think doing a blog would be a little too difficult for me because you have to write posts and figure out a website and edit and things like that. With YouTube, the joy is I can film and upload and schedule relatively easily, and I just thought it was more of an accessible platform for me as someone who's usually relatively busy during the year and doesn't have a lot of time to focus on YouTube.
Wow, that's really interesting how you can have like two different goals of like chronicling and kind of doing a video journal through your college years, and then at the same time having it as a value to other students and other people who are blind, visually impaired that are going to go through college. What is the biggest goal that you want to accomplish with your YouTube channel?
I want to be a resource. You know, I want someone who's looking for college suggestions to be told, like, look at my channel, look at my content, and see if it helps. Because I think, you know, I think it's like 30% of college students graduate that are blind. I could be wrong, but it's definitely less than half because college is so unaccommodating. And you're right, there are definitely things people don't tell you, how to advocate and how to out, and tips and tricks and suggestions that, you know, I never got. Like, I never had anyone I could turn to be like, so what was it like? How'd it go? What would you tell someone? And I kind of wanted to just show people what I did and how it's going for me, but also, you know, years down the line when I hopefully have a job, be able to look back and like realize, wow, I've come pretty far, which is just kind of nice, like the reflective aspect you talked about.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Jessica. Like, what eye condition do you have, and how much can you see or not see?
So I have ROP, retinopathy of prematurity. I was born at 25 weeks, so
Wow.
really small. I know, right? It's people are always like, oh my god. Um, and my retina is detached, so I've been blind since birth, and no vision, not even like perception.
Oh, okay, wow. And so, how do you think that has impacted you through your college life being totally blind?
It's definitely been quite a bit of adjusting, just because, as a blind person, I'm the only blind student not on college, on my college campus, sorry. And for me, it was just a lot of advocating, asking for things to be made accessible, having a lot of meetings. Being blind, I think, throughout my life has just really made me a very good and prominent advocate, because I've had to do a lot of reaching out and contacting and setting up of meetings and writing letters, and just it's forced me in a way to really stand up for myself and stand up for what I want, which has helped a lot in college. I got our campus to be an IRA access site, and as far as I know,
Oh.
only one in New York, which I'm really proud of. Just it's made me realize how strong I am and how important advocacy is. And as a social work major who's going to have to be advocating for clients a lot, it is a very useful skill to have, I find.
That is super interesting. Tell me a little bit more about how you did that and how did you get your college to be an IRA access point? I just did a video about IRA and I'll put a card. But how did you get them to become an IRA access point? That is so cool.
I know it took a lot of just persuading. So I was a part of the back to school program in 2018 when it first started, and it just ended actually yesterday. So now I'm back on the regular no minute tier that everyone else has. It's 5 free minutes a day. Anyway, but I got that. I was a part of that program, and the communications outreach coordinator emailed me relatively early on in my college career, and was kind of like, I think it was like October of freshman year. It was like, so we're trying to reach out to back to school students. We want to do a promo story for you on your campus. And I'm like, okay, media is never a bad thing. I don't know, I fit a pretty good demographic because I'm brown, I'm Guyanese American, and I go to a very predominantly white school, so I like to think they like to get their coverage in where they can. Yeah, no, quite the quota. But anyway, so pretty much came. It was the IRA person and just a camera guy and a reporter, and they interviewed me walking. It was like I think it was like a 5 minute walk just around campus to Starbucks and getting a latte, and they posted it on Pix11. I can try and find the link if you want to link it in the description box.
Okay.
Yeah. But they posted that, and it got a lot of traction, and I contacted Adelphi and was kind of like, listen, this is a private school. I pay quite a lot of money per semester to go here. The least you can do, since things are not always very accessible, is grant me IRA access. So I contacted them in, I think it was November or December, had a meeting with them in January, and they're like, okay, we need to get everything squared away financially. And it took a lot. I think it was a lot more of persuasion on their end with finances. But I also told them, like, yes, the Access Office provides equal accommodations, but it doesn't provide equal accommodations to everything. Like, I want to be able to go to a program on campus and get pictures, get descriptions of scenery, not get lost when we're going, when I'm going to a new building, like things that my disabilities office can't necessarily provide that IRA can equal the playing field for. And they were like, okay, you've made very valid points, but it didn't become an access site until November of 2019, just because it took so much time to get the paperwork and get it geo-fenced and stuff. But that's how the process got. But it took a lot of advocacy work on my part to get it to be that way.
Wow. So if I understood that right, it took a whole year to actually come to fruition?
It took around 8 or 9 months, yeah.
Wow. But that is so amazing that, just advocating and saying all those things and persuading them really makes a difference. I think a lot of the time, we get stuck in this mindset where like whatever we say won't really make a difference or that it won't really change anything. So here's an example of Jessica where she advocated and she was able to get IRA access onto her college and
Made a huge difference. I mean, just from everything, just being able to call, have unlimited minutes for formatting papers and editing spreadsheets and everything that comes with PowerPoint presentation making, and everything that comes with college life and accessibility has been truly amazing.
Yeah.
And if I would urge anyone that is in college to try and fight for it, especially if you go to a smaller school, because my school's pretty small. It's a private school, 5,000 undergraduates, and I mean, just ask because you never know what can happen. I didn't think it would work, and I was so proud when it actually did.
That is awesome. I love that. That is so cool. So, so Jessica, tell me, what is a piece of encouragement or advice you would give a fellow blind or visually impaired student going to college or university now?
I would say definitely try and meet up with other blind college students if you can, whether that be through social media or different channels, because as amazing as sighted friends are in college, you're going to want to have a support system of people who know exactly what you're going through and who can support you, because certain things sighted friends will never understand. You want to be able to have a terrible, unaccommodating professor and call someone and be like, so this happened. Have a great, yeah. Relationship with your Office of Disabilities and reach out and just do your best to advocate, because in college, it's all you, no parents, no one there to kind of give you that nudge, and advocacy is so important.
Wow, that is awesome. Well, you heard it from Jessica. Go advocate for yourself, and while you're doing that, check out her channel. I will put a card right up here, and go and check out her channel, subscribe, share it with any blind and visually impaired students that you know, or even parents. And you can also watch the rest of the blind and visually impaired YouTuber spotlight right over here if you click or tap right here. And thanks again, Jessica, for joining us. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you in a next video.